All right, let's put a little light on the old face. Straighten up the old cap. Took off the old cap, we'd be a bald headed individual with fuzzy hair. All right, it's Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Good day. And we're going to talk about this phrase. Would it be okay if? Then you finish it. Um, this phrase was introduced to me by Mark J. in his videos. He talks about having a rejection less teaching, and it's really a smart way to just get permission for introducing a question to people and getting their approval. Would it be okay if? So, you know that your business is not going to be brought up by you. It has to be brought up, or by others. It has to be brought up by you. So, as you get into introducing different things, you're going to say, would it be okay if? Would it be okay if? So, one of the examples is he talks about would it be okay if um, would it be okay if, and then you might say something that would uh, be almost impossible to uh, refuse. One of his phrases also is, uh, "Are you married to your job?" And most people are going to say, "No, no, I'm not married. I'm open to something else." Why? What do you have? And then you'll tell them what you have, and invite them to take a look at what you have. So, would it be okay if is a phrase that you're going to use to introduce someone to what you're trying to talk to them about. It might be a way to make extra income. In this case, it might be an introduction to Cloud Token and a way to make some money uh, passively. So, as we do that, we just might introduce things like this. Would it be okay if I showed you how to make 6 or 12% a month on the side without any extra cost or income? And they say, sure. What's going to take? And I said, well, it'll take a couple things. You'd have to know how to start this and do this. We're looking at digital currencies. They might say, well, I don't know anything about digital currencies. I said, fine. What if I showed you how to get started and how to go through and walked you through each one of those steps? Uh, that's a what. Oh, would it be okay if? Well, if you're taking away all the objections and you're going to show them how to do that, you're going to say also, I know an individual that's making $7,000 to $8,000 a month. Another one, $15,000 to $16,000 a month. Would it be okay if I showed you what they're doing to make that kind of money? And if the people are open to anything at all, they're going to say yes. If they're not, it's ended, and you need to move on. But you're going to find out that the more you take away those objections from their mind and their way to say no, the easier it is going to be to talk to them about your opportunity. Um, one of the things he uses is talks about Alexander the Great. There's five wise men talking to him, and they're arguing about how many teeth are in a horse's mouth. And Alexander the Great is just a young man, 10, 11 years old, and he says, "Hey guys, wouldn't it just be easier to hop over this fence, go over and open up the horse's mouth and count his teeth than to argue over it?" And they don't listen to him, but after several attempts, they finally do because they don't want to be annoyed by this young man. And then he says, "Hey guys, wouldn't it be just easier to hop over the fence, open up the horse's mouth, count the teeth?" They all laugh and agree, and they go do it. So basically, you're trying to take away the power to say no, and you're going to have them look at what you offer. So, would it be okay if? That is a mindset that you need to develop So you take away the power to reject and not listen to what you have to say. But you also have to prepare and have a way to present it in a way that is less rejectionable to them in their minds. So working with the subconscious, there's a way to do that. We'll show you another video here, and it deals with one of his rejection free ideas. It is here, let's see. Should have this up, but in here, let's just go to this. Here. This is one of the videos we've had, which we've had some comments back on. So it's been a fairly effective video. And what we're doing here is taking away people's ability to say no by using the subconscious. So let me get to the video. Should have had it out. These new digital currencies, utility currency tokens, are changing a lot of the way that people can make money and earn money, to say the least. One of the best ways to talk to people about this is if they already have some trading industry. Now, if they don't, it's a little more difficult to do that because they don't know what you're talking about. And it's pretty hard to explain something to somebody that has had no experience with that system. So here goes. The area that people have commonality in, and there's a lot less rejection in, is actually with Tom and Denise Chenault and their ability to use a coffee talk, coffee shop interview. And this interview is basically the premise of this is to get to know people. You've set up a situation when you want to talk to them and get to know them one on one, whether it's over their cell phone, Skype, or in person. And they've given you permission to do that. So you're going to spend 25, 30 minutes getting to know them and what they want with this type of understanding. Now, pay attention. The understanding is that they're under no obligation to accept what you're going to offer them. This is just a way to get to know them to see if they would be interested in working with you. So you're going to find out more about the family, what their interests are, what they like to do, really who they are and where they want to go, and if you can help them get there. So, again, finding this information out in an intimate way is essential. And one of the key things that Tom talks about is a way to do this not only with questions and answering, but real listening and note taking. And he uses a system called, I got to get my cell phone out now because actually this is best use of a cell phone, and it is called um, contact mapping. Have you ever heard of contact mapping? Most people are going to say no. Um, so let's see if they've got. Um, okay, this is Mark J. or Mark Januszewski. Uh, this let's go back here. Mark J. Mark Januski is a very powerful mentor. I haven't introduced him properly. He happens to be one of the few networking experts that I know of that have been into 4 different businesses and um, is someone that has built incomes in 4 different companies, 4 different times, in 4 different groups without transferring other individuals over to that group. So, this is one reason you should listen to him. But this system is called contact mapping. And I hope that I have learned to use this better. It has several systems on it, which is interesting to say the least. Um, but basically, what you're doing is you're verbally taking notes with this system, going back up and setting times to go back and talk to people on those notes or on that situation so you get to know them better. Now, the whole system is called contact mapping. Um, I've had a little bit of a challenge finding some answers from a company, but it's only $10 a month, and that's its cost. But um, we're talking about downloading the app and using it to get to know people in your contact list. So, would it be okay if I talk to you about some things that we've had in common and that we could use together to help you uh, get to where you want to go? And most people are going to say, yeah, yeah, sure, no problem. So here goes. Let's look at some of these videos here with that contact mapping. Let's see if I've got one here restore or copied and done. Looking here. Doesn't look like it. Um, doesn't look like it. I do not. So I'm going to have to make a video on contact mapping. Um, that is a system that is going to help you work on connecting with your contacts you already have. So what happens if you've got 600 plus people in Facebook? How many of those contacts do you know and are you working with? I've got 500 plus in LinkedIn. How many of those people do you know and how many are you working with? See, you're sitting on a gold mine and you're not mining the ore. You're not mining your relationships and building on them. So that's a shame because you've got this stuff here and you're not doing anything with it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Okay, so let's look at contact mapping here on YouTube. And I've subscribed to the channel. Um, but his son has, I should say Mark J. I should say Tom Chenault has his son who has developed this contact mapping. Um, and so this movie, I'm not trying to sell you this, but we are going to give you the access to this. So whether or not you're building a group is up to you, but this video here um, is about contact mapping. So let's remove this. Let's put it in here so you know what it is. So you're building a relationship with individuals using this contact mapping system. This is a video that talks about it. Um, But again, whether or not you build it, follow up on the relationships, follow up on the information, and build this group and the relationships in this group is entirely up to you. So, getting back to, and this ties into Mark J's comment, would it be okay if I showed you a way to build your relationships with uh, the people you already know, would help encourage you to build some trust and like power and help them build with you? That's the question. So, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to spend the time and do that? So, if you are, then you need to use this contact mapping tool. But we're asking you to actually go through the list of the contacts you know, start building that. And another one would be to build a system for, and every professional networking marketing person that I know of builds a list of contacts. Everyone. There's no exception to this rule, none whatsoever. So why not spend some money on a system that's, or some time on a system that's free, and learn how to build a funnel that is free and a list. So, how do you do that? One of the best ways to do that is this way. Let me see if I can find it. We were working on this last week a little bit, but this video here will talk about that. Um, this one was 2 years ago, and it still has 61,000 views. And this guy talks about it. And so this one's a little longer, but I think this is the one that we originally looked at, and it has 61,000 views. So a little bit of and this one is here. So this is the tools to build and the system to build a free funnel. Would it be okay to teach you how to build a free funnel and grow your contact list for free? We're going to use MailChimp and 2 or 3 other tools. But this video talks about that. So that's it. So today we're going to talk about several things. A phrase, would it be okay if? And then finish that sentence out. Would it be okay if I told you how to make 6 to 12% a month on the side? If it would, then go to moveup.com and let's meet on Facebook. Again, I spend more time on Facebook than anywhere else because I can do live presentations. So all right, so let's meet on Facebook. This is my Facebook page. Let's meet there, show you how to do some live presentations, connect with people, and go on. That's it, guys. We're going to close it here. Been on here about 20 minutes. See what you can do with that. Good day.